Good afternoon, dear ones out there in the world. Gosh, my name's Asiana. I'm really honored to get to be here with you and sharing some practices that I hope will support you in just kind of down regulating your nervous system and actually just kind of defragmenting our systems right now. I imagine we're all kind of working with this quarantine, this pandemic in our own unique ways. But there's also this kind of universal human experience that we're having. And wow, I imagine it can be so intense out there, especially for the healthcare workers that are just tending just tirelessly to support the health and harmony of those that are greatly suffering. And I really hope these practices that I offer in this class can support you in coming back into your bodies and just feeling grounded in your own nervous systems. And even those of us that might not be out there on the front line, so to speak, that might be at home, maybe feeling a little lethargic, maybe feeling just like overwhelmed with media or even like social media, all these things that we kind of are subjected to right now can fragment our systems as well. So I'm just going to weave us through some kind of Qigong-esque practices just to clear our field and get all that kind of excess energy out. So then we can kind of smooth and ground into our bodies and just access a place of just greater ease and presence on the planet right now, because gosh, we need you. Yeah, we need us all in our hearts. And in our greatest health and vitality. So with that said, if you can, just have a yoga mat or just a comfortable place where you can practice in. You might want to grab a block, maybe a blanket or something that can act as a block, maybe a book or a Tupperware even can work. And then I'm just going to have us start off standing up. Just have your feet a little bit wider than your shoulders, kind of a soft bend to your knees here, and just take a few moments. You can just let your hands just kind of dangle just comfortably by your side and just start to let the body do a really soft sway from side to side. And as this starts to just kind of organize in our systems, we'll kind of weave this in with the breath. So an inhale kind of lifts us through center. And then as we exhale, just kind of pour your weight through the right side body, out the sole of the right foot. And then inhale, the belly expands as you lift through center. And then the exhale, kind of pour your weight down the left side body through the sole of your left foot. And just continue this just for a little while longer and start to feel kind of the support of the earth under your feet. Almost like your feet were just these kind of ears that were really kind of listening and tuning in to the tones of the earth here. And every time you exhale and just kind of rock to one side, you might lift those toes and then kind of press them into the earth, kind of make that contact. Even this sort of kind of malleability through the soils of the earth and the soils of your earth body. You might even feel the head do a little bit of a sway, that shoulder relaxes down, and as we start to bring our mind to our bodies, we start to notice these pathways of sensation. Like we get to feel what it's like to be embodied right here, right now. And then just have this sense as you exhale and kind of pour from side to side, that you're just letting go of anything extra, any stress, right? Any tension, any tightness, any thoughts of the past or the future, just kind of pouring the activities that it took to get you here out of the body. And if it's not here right now, just let it go. Good. And then we're just going to start to bring a little bit of a sway of the upper body now, and side to side. Let the arms just be kind of lazy here. There's still a little bit of bounce in the knees. The head is going to continue to face forward, right? And so there's this connection from the base of your spine to the crown of your head, and the rest of the body is just kind of doing this nice sort of a natural swing around the spine. If you need to shift your feet a little bit, that's okay. And then the the front hand, loose fist, is just going to start to gently tap the upper chest. Keep your head facing forward. And then the back hand is just going to start to tap your mid-back, kind of kidneys and adrenal area. You can stay facing in the direction you are. I just wanted to kind of show you that. And again, just keep your head facing front. And then we're just going to pick up the pace a little bit. Continue to swing the arms. And you can imagine this kind of like moving into the spin cycle on your washing machine. We're just starting to kind of slough off extra energies, extra tensions, just kind of moving energy through the body. Pick up the pace just a little bit more. Breath. Little bit faster if possible. Good. And then just start to let that slow down a bit. Continue to use the loose fist to do a gentle tap, just slowing the movement down. And then just start to let the arms just kind of sweep on either side of the hips. A little bounce to the knees. Yeah. Keep that little momentum in the knees, little bounce. And now we're going to bring our fingertips to our lungs and just start to tap the chest. The little swinging motion then starts to cease, but there's still a little sway here. Just tapping the chest with your fingertips. Both sides. So this can really release a lot of congestion that gets stuck in here, stagnant energy, chi. And then fingertips over your sternum, and then a little bit under your diaphragm. And then gentle open palm patting of the belly, little circles. And then we're going to bring the hands to our outer hips and our sacrum. Little pats here for a moment. And then we're just going to start to slide the hands down the backs of our legs. It's a slow forward fold. Now stick with me here. The backs of the hands are going to come together between our big toes. And we're going to slowly round up vertebrae by vertebrae. The knees can bend. And then the backs of the hands are still together, right at the heart center, the throat, the third eye. And then at the top of that, we're just going to fling the arms open. Kind of raining the arms open. And we'll do that 2 more rounds. Just exhale, slow forward fold. Backs of the hands together as you slowly rise up. We're just kind of drawing that energy from the earth up through our spine. Backs of the hands through third eye, crown. At the top of that, just open the palms. Kind of raining, kind of freedom, releasing what no longer serves. We'll do that 1 more time. Good. And then just let the hands float next to the hips here. Shoulders relax, a little bend to the knees here, a little buoyancy there. You can close your eyes and just start to notice sensation, right? This space of open awareness, and start to tune into a deeper belly breath. The inhale expands the belly, and the exhale just softens the belly. Maybe there's a natural sway, that's okay. Maybe it's a slight kind of figure eight of the tailbone. Just noticing all sensations through the prana body. This is your breath body. Good. And now breathe in. We're just going to sweep our hands out beside us now, and then slowly reach your biceps by your ears. We're going to gather all of our energy now, and then we're going to bring the backs of our hands together here, kind of like you're diving through your crown, your third eye, your throat, your heart. The backs of your hands still together as you bow slowly forward, connecting to the very center of you, the center of the earth. Hands kind of open around the feet, and you're going to slowly rise up. Arms open beside you, heart opens, maybe a tiny back bend, and then exhale again, backs of the hands together. Just kind of coming into your midline, slow bow forward. Feel your connection to the center of the earth, the center of you. Do that a few more rounds of breath, just smoothing out your field. And just allowing yourselves to really feel every bit of you in this movement. Good. Let's do that one more round. And now this time as you bow forward, just stay there. Let yourself just kind of shake out the neck, the shoulders, maybe a little bounce of the knees, maybe a little shake of the head, maybe even a little horse-lipped exhale. Just kind of letting the skin on the forehead and the cheeks relax. And then eventually, when you're ready, settle into a place of stillness here in a forward fold, and just allow yourself to feel kind of this fresh oxygenated blood kind of nourishing your heart, your throat, and your brain. One more breath. And then bend your knees pretty deep. Kind of plug your tailbone into the earth and draw your belly button back, and then slowly rise up vertebrae by vertebrae. The hands can kind of just drag up the front of your thighs. Eventually, shoulders lift to your ears. Pull the shoulders back and down, micro bend your knees, and just continue a little shoulder roll for a few moments. It's hydration through the joints. Good, and then as we breathe in, we're just going to open our arms up beside us once more, that big heart shine. Let the palms touch. And then this time, exhale, cactus arms, little bend to the knees. And then bring the palms together in front of your pubic bone, fingertips face down. You can peek to your thumbs. Inhale, fingertips face up. And then as you lift the arms, seal the lower arms, the inner elbows. Keep lifting the arms, and then at the top of that, open the arms out beside you, little cactus arms. And we're just going to continue that movement for a few more rounds of breath, slow. Really kind of mindful, so you're just feeling the nuances of you as we begin to just kind of hydrate the shoulder cradle. Heart shines. And as the fingertips face up, it's the lower arm ceiling that starts to massage the back of the heart, right? And then a little back bend with that cactus arm movement. Take that 2 more rounds, please. And maybe you follow the thumbs with your gaze. We really get to receive the nourishment of our attention. There's no hurry, right? And there's no pause when we just dip into the natural rhythm of presence. Cactus arms, and then interlace your hands behind you. If that's not comfortable, opposite elbow, opposite wrist. Take a breath in, little lift of the sternum. Bend the knees deep here. Pull your pubic bone back, and it's a slow bow forward. Eventually straighten your knees, crown to the earth, knuckles to the sky. A few rounds of breath here, maybe some little micro stirs through the head, the neck. Internally rotate the thighs. Breathe deep. And then release your hands to your low back, your sacrum. You can bend the knees a little deeper, and we're going to pat the sacrum. And then the mid-back, kind of the kidneys, the adrenals, moving energy. The sacrum again. A little bit longer. Relax the neck. And then 3 nice kind of love pats on the sacrum. And then slowly brush your hands down your outer legs and really stay connected to sensation here. And then the hands brush off the tips of the toes. Inhale, hands slide mid-shins, kind of lengthen the spine here. Straighten the elbows. And then exhale, take a forward fold. All right, take that movement a couple more rounds of breath. Just kind of really sipping that nourishment and self-love through your whole spine. Feel the groundedness of the slow movement, the support of the earth. 1 more. We'll take a forward fold. And then we'll step our right foot to lunge, okay? And then from here, I'm just gonna bring the right knee to the earth. And if you'd like to bring a blanket or fold your mat up under the knee, feel free. This is where blocks might be really handy. You can take the time to grab those. There's a little zipping up of the inner thighs. And as you breathe in, we're just gonna sweep the arms forward, come all the way up, biceps by ears. And then exhale, little cactus arms. And then let your fingertips kind of graze the earth next to you as you reach the arms out in front of you. Just like a little bit of a water wheel movement here. So kind of like that movement we did while we were standing, we're just bringing a little hip opener into this as well. Let's take that 1 more round. And then as we exhale, bring the left fingertips to the earth beside you, maybe a block. The right fingertips lift to the sky. If you can fan the right ribs open a little bit. Let's take a full breath here. And then we're going to curl the right shoulder over our heart and hook the right elbow, outer left thigh. It's a little twist. Make a fist with your right hand and drape the left hand over the fist. That gives you a little bit of leverage to broaden the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Stay here and feel the inner belly scoop a little bit to the left. 2 more breaths. Kind of smoothing out the system. Last one here. It's a slow unwind center. Fingertips to the earth or to your blocks. And then just pivot over that back knee and straighten your front leg. I like to use blocks here. So hands pretty much on either side of that front knee. Pull the pubic bone back there. And then as there's space, it's a little bow forward. You might be able to kind of stir the tailbone a tiny bit. Breathe. And then breathing in, we're just going to bend that left knee. Bring your hands to the inside of the left foot and heel toe the left foot out just a bit. Walk your hands a little bit off the mat to your right, and then step your right toes a little to your left. And then just slowly start to stir the hips here, right? The elbows can bend a little bit, maybe a little stir through the spine, the head and the neck. And a really nice kind of ocean sound exhale can kind of wash the system free. It goes shh. Switch directions with that stir. One more. And then just draw the left knee over the left ankle. I'm just going to switch sides here a little bit. And then let's see if we can walk the left arm kind of diagonally out from the left pubic bone and take a deep bow forward here to catch a nice full stretch through the left side body, back body. And just a couple of breaths here, maybe little micro stirs. Good. And now we'll walk the hands back on either side of the left foot, heel toe the left foot back center. And then we're just going to drag the left foot back to meet our right. Tops of the feet on the earth. Let the hips do a tiny sway side to side as you bring your sit bones all the way to your heels. And then let your forehead rest on the earth. If that's not comfortable, feel free to have a block underneath your forehead. It's a deep inhale. And as you exhale, let it be kind of a pursed lips exhale, like you're blowing through a really skinny straw, and just let go of any stress, any tension, any lethargy, any tightness. Do that 2 more rounds of breath. And then with our next inhale, we're going to lift onto all fours and set the block aside. And then exhale, scoop the tailbone and take a slow round through your back body, chin toward floor. Then inhale, pull your pubic bone behind you, sit bones open. Your belly stretches long, and it's a slow glide through to cat stretch. The throat opens. Now the full length of your exhale, scoop the tailbone. A slow round through your back body. Now take that movement, 3 more rounds of breath, and it's really practicing as much presence as possible here. It's like this beautiful silken thread of light, kind of stringing each vertebrae together and opening and illuminating. Let's take that 1 more round of breath. We'll tuck our toes. Let's lift our knees now, and we're going to press through to our first down dog here. Let's keep our heels lifted. Let's bend your knees pretty deep and press your belly to your thighs. Take a moment and see if you can get a little deeper into your toe joints by swaying a little bit side to side, eventually straightening your knees and slowly track your heels toward the earth. And then it's just like you're kind of drawing the waist away from the armpits. Relax the head, the neck, and then you might bend one knee, press the opposite heel, opposite hand, and then just switch it out and take that a few more rounds of breath. And let the breath be really full and smooth, right? We're just smoothing out all energies. Eventually just come to your full expression, down dog, 3 breaths. Little strength here, little heat to purify the system. And then the right toes are just gonna lift a little bit behind us. You can kind of pull the right thigh out of the hip. And then it's a big step through to lunge. We're gonna ease the left knee to the earth. You can pad that knee. Now breathe in, reach the arms out in front of you, biceps by ears, little cactus arms. And then just kind of graze the earth with the fingertips. So again, that water wheel motion. And kind of sense this shining the heart free. Now biceps by ears. And we'll bring the right fingertips to the earth beside us or a block. And then we're just gonna fan the left ribs open. Ooh. And then we'll fold the left shoulder over our heart, hook the elbow, outer thigh, make a little fist. And then drape the right palm over that fist. Little twist here so the inner belly scoops right. 3 breaths. Good. Then unwind center. Blocks are handy. We're going to pivot over the left leg as we straighten the right leg. You can walk the hands fairly even with the knee. Pull the pubic bone back there. It's almost like you're trying to drag that right foot back, but it's anchored on the earth. Maybe a bow forward. Maybe a little bit of a sway of the tailbone. Deep breaths. Good. And now we'll bend that right knee. We'll heel toe the foot a little bit to the right. I'm going to switch sides again here. So the right foot goes a bit to the right as you bring the hands to the inside of the right foot. The left toes step a little left. We'll bring the hands slightly off the left side of our mat. And then just start to stir the hips here, slow, kind of fluid, right? And just really have this sense, again, of just like defragmenting your system through sort of the wholeness of your awareness here. Breath and sensation. And then switch directions. We'll bend the right knee kind of over the right ankle, and then the right arm comes diagonally out from the pubic bone. Little bow forward, and just a couple of breaths here. Beautiful. And then we'll walk the hands back on either side of the right foot, heel toe the right foot back center. And then we're just going to drag the right foot back to meet the left. Bring the sit bones to your heels, and then let your forehead rest. And this time, bring your hands palms up next to your ankles for child pose, balasana. And for just a few moments, let the forehead sway lightly side to side. Just really receive this really nourishing massage above your brow. And then just settle into stillness. And bring your mind to the very center of the earth here. Yeah, just kind of sense Earth's lava core, strong, stable, kind of molten, stirring. And then draw that energy right into your third eye, that power, that strength, that resiliency. And then just feel that start to pour through every cell of your body. Just feeling this deep support, this natural calibration in presence. 3 more rounds of breath. And we'll reach our biceps by our ears. We'll lift onto all fours one more time. Tuck your toes. Lift your heels. It's downward facing dog for 3 rounds of breath. And this time as we breathe in, we're just gonna kind of lift that left leg straight behind us. Draw the thigh out of your hip. It's a full reach. And then exhale, step that foot through to lunge, but then let the right foot follow. We'll gaze up for Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. One more just like that. So just a halfway lift. And then take a forward fold. Now inhale, slide the backs of your hands together between your toes and slowly rise up vertebrae by vertebrae. Right, let the backs of the hands lift heart center, third eye, and then at the top of that, just fling the palms open. Good, and then just let your hands land next to your hips. 3 rounds of breath here. Just let yourself notice sensation. The soles of your feet are open wide. And now breathe in and start to float your arms straight out in front of you. The wrists can be slightly kind of tilted forward. Eventually biceps by ears. And then we're going to interlace our fingers and press our palms toward the ceiling. That's what it looks like. Yeah, my hands are a little off camera, but just reach the side body long. Bend the knees a bit, and if possible, lift your heels. Pull the pubic bone back. A little balance and strength. Just a couple of breaths. Good, now straighten your knees. See if you can keep your heels lifted. And then heels to the earth. Take a big breath in, lift. Release the fingertips, exhale, bent knee, airplane arms. Do that 3 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, 2 more. Clear it. Now this time, inhale, lift. Hold the breath in, lift. Keep lifting. Draw the pelvic floor up. Keep the heels on the earth a little bit longer. And now slow exhale, relax the shoulders. Let the arms kind of float down. Hands, fingertips just kind of graze space next to you. And then maybe a little bit of a figure 8 with your tailbone here. Let your pelvic floor relax. That connect you to the energy of the earth. Shoulders are soft. Breath is full. Full belly breaths. Good, and then just bring your hands to the front of your hips and just take a slow bow forward. Go ahead and come all the way forward. And then just kind of make your way into a seated position here. Sit bones on the earth. And do one more little kidney activation. Bring the soles of your feet together. And for just a few moments, Inhale, let the belly kind of circle through the front inside pelvic bowl, and then side body. Exhale, squeeze the belly through the back of your pelvic bowl. So it's these slow kind of stirs. Right, and maybe the arms lift, kind of float through space. Maybe the hands just rest on the tops of the knees. It's like we're kind of shedding kind of the old shell because we are. Perfect time, spring, switch directions. Yeah. Good. And it's okay if the feet are pretty far from the pelvis. You kind of want this to be as comfortable as possible. Bring your hands to your low back, your sacrum, and then it's just a little bit of a rocking motion side to side. Let the head be soft, the shoulders. It's like a cat from the back. Sacrum. More. Open palms, outer hips, sorry, loose fists, outer hips. Loose fists, inner thighs, inner knees, inner shins, loose fists on the inner heels. The head and the shoulders be soft. Take that back up to the inner knees, inner thighs, outer hips. Open palms, sacrum, low back. 3 love pats there. Brush the hands down the legs, slow, the knees, the toes. And then here, we're actually gonna brush the hands back up toward the knees, the inner thighs. Backs of the hands come together in front of your belly, then throat, third eye, and then let the palms brush over your head, the back of your head, the side of your neck, your throat, your heart, your belly. Hands brush over your sacrum, your hips, your knees, shins. One more just like that. Back up the legs. Backs of the hands together and just really receive your own touch, smoothing the energy. Good. And then once the hands brush down the legs, we're just going to bring the hands off the tips of the toes. Little palms here, this prayer for peace, love, let it happen right now. And then we're just going to fling the palms open, offering that highest good of all beings. And let's let the hands land palms up on our inner knees and just close your eyes here and feel for 5 rounds of breath. Feeling of peace, let that pervade your whole body. And then we'll slide the hands underneath our knees for support and just hug your knees together. You can give yourself a little squeeze here. Neutralize, maybe a little stir of the head, the neck, the jaw. Ooh. And then just make your way onto your back body. Come into Shavasana and make yourselves as comfortable as possible, please. So maybe a blanket over your body, maybe something supporting under your head, maybe something under your knees, or maybe it's comfortable to just be flat on your body, flat on the floor rather. And then from here, once you just kind of land in Shavasana, just give the weight of your body to earth. Just let go into earth's support. You can take a deep breath in and then exhale through open mouth with a sigh. And let go even more. 2 more just like that. Deep inhale. Exhale, open mouth, maybe with a sigh, and let go even more. Last one, just like that. And as you feel your muscle go slack from bones, just feel the bones sink a little bit deeper into the malleable fibers of your muscle through your whole back body. And then just feel the body just resting, supported, cradled in planet Earth. And as you breathe in, just see the word peace spelled out right at your third eye. P-E-A-C-E. And just notice how this word is written. You can just make it up. Maybe it's cursive or typeface, bold letters, maybe bubble letters. And if this piece were to have a color, I wonder what this color would be for you. Any color of your choice. You can watch the letters of this word fill with this color now, peace. Maybe it's purple or blue, rose, maybe it's white. And then as you take a deep breath in again, allow that word, that color to vibrate even brighter as you imagine the feeling of peace. And then as you exhale, just let that color, that texture of peace start to pervade your whole body, through your whole head, your neck, your shoulders. Maybe it feels a little bit misty or cool, or maybe it feels like silk, watery as it pours through your arms, your fingertips. Perhaps your next breath in just enlivens this color, this texture even more. And then as you exhale, to sense that kind of illuminating through your whole chest, your heart, your diaphragm, your belly, through your hips and your pelvic floor, through both legs, all the way to the tips of your toes. Sense that weaving kind of inside your bones, through the fibers of muscle and fascia. Just receiving this through all the nooks and crannies of you. And then with your next exhale, perhaps just kind of feeling that spilling into the field around you, just about an arm's distance all around you, your quantum field. It's completely held and illuminated in this vibration of peace. This vibration of you. And just rest here for just a little while longer, receiving the offering of you. Now with your next breath in, just so slowly and so fully, just sip this breath in, this elixir of peace, presence. And then as you exhale, just kind of steeped in this power of presence, right? Received. And then just very slowly to notice little stirs through your fingers and toes. You might even sense that kind of ripple inside and just in the field around you. You can take as long as you want here. The head might sway a little side to side. Maybe some little stirs through the thighs, the shoulders, and you can bend your knees as you're ready and just rest onto one side for a few moments. You can stay here or just make your way to a seated position. Let's bring our left palm and rest it over our heart. And bring our right palm and just rest it on the back of our left hand. And as you just sense the beating of your heart here, your breath, breathing, just know that this connects us to each heart on the planet, the heart of the planet, each breath, breathing. Yeah. And let's join together here in one final silent Om, as if we were doing this audibly, but just take it inside, one Om. Big breath in. An open mouth exhale, and just let this silent Om magnify inside and all around. Deep inhale here for silent Om. Namaste. Thank you, friends, so much for joining me here live. And please, send your friends, anybody that you feel would benefit from this class. I'll be here every Monday at 4:15, and then these are also recorded if you'd like to go back and do any of these classes in the future. So much gratitude for us being able to connect through the ethers in this way, and so much love, light, and just strength, resiliency, and it's happening right now. And let's keep weaving in the trust and presence. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I hope to see you soon. Okay, namaste, everybody.